भगवान की, योगीराम सूरत कुमार की
जय।
सर्वं योगीराम सूरत कुमारार्पणमस्तु। நாம் எல்லோரும் பகவானிடம் பிரார்த்தனை செய்து நாம புஷ்பங்களை பகவானுடைய பாத மலர்களில் சமர்ப்பித்து கொண்டே இருந்தோம். நன்கு வேண்டிக் கொண்டே இருக்கிறோம். இது தொடரும். நாம் எத்தனை நாமம் சொல்ல முடிகிறதோ அத்தனை நாமம் இன்றிரவு சொல்ல வேண்டும். பகவானிடம் பிரார்த்தித்து கொண்டே இருக்க வேண்டும். பகவான் அந்த புயலையும் மழையையும் அழகாக எந்தவித சேதமுமின்றி எடுத்துச் செல்வார். இதில் முழு நம்பிக்கையோடு நாம் நாமும் சொல்லிக் கொண்டிருப்போம். Today we have been submitting Nama flowers at his feet while singing the name and praying that the cyclone passes by without much damage. There should be no damage to life, no damage to things. We shall continue to pray to Bhagavan. This evening and the night, as much as possible for everybody. Now every day we have been getting glimpses of Bhagavan, his leelas, his rescue operations. Today we shall see how this grace of Bhagavan, at mere calling out his name, works in different ways, in different situations. There is a devotee by name Rajatangam living in Chennai with his wife and daughter, now married. I remember once when this family, Rajatangam's family, was doing Pada Puja to Bhagavan, his Padakas here, a few years back. He had brought an old couple, and after we took the Padakas to 10th cottage, where we settled it, he introduced them to me, saying they were his parents. He said, "This is my Amma, this is my Appa, this is my father, this is my mother." And then he said, for a long time, he was longing for a mother and father, chanting Bhagavan's name and praying and praying. And finally, Bhagavan gave them to him. He has also written about this. He says he lost his mother even as a child, and his father remarried. And after that, he never bothered with Rajatangam. And this little child was feeling very lonely, without much care from this parent. And having lost his mother, many a night he would go to the tomb of his mother and lie down crying. He grew up longing for his mother. When he was 31, he was already married, and there was a child of 3 years, his daughter. He had shifted from the village to Chennai, and there he lived only in a small rented place. He was doing work, and there were difficulties and difficulties. Finally, when they had gone to Kanimatam, Shri Ponkamara gave them a photo of Bhagavan. After that, his wife began to worship, and he was also drawn to Bhagavan, and they so much wanted to see him. So one day, Rajatangam with his wife and daughter of 3 years, they had come to Sannadi Street house and joined the crowd. But somebody had told him that unless he was called inside, he should not go. So he was waiting all the time for Bhagavan to call him, which never came. Some other people went inside and came out. People are going in and coming out, but he was never called. So he never attempted to go in. Just see how things happen. And about 1 o'clock, they came in. See, from 8 o'clock, they were waiting to be called. Sometimes it happens in life. People wait for miracles to happen instead of making attempt. This shows that self-effort. Yoga Vasishtam talks about it all the time. There should be self-effort, and then it will meet with grace. So he was waiting. From 8 o'clock, it became 1 o'clock, and he was still waiting outside. Bhagavan did not call him. And then somebody came out and said, the darshan hour is closed, and the rest of the people can come at 3 o'clock. Bhagavan also often said that people could do with a little tapas, making them wait, making them long for darshan, would sharpen their devotion, and they would be better receptacle of grace. Because when the longing is sharpened, we become more receptive, we become more sensitive to grace. So it helped. We do not know what is involved in this, but Bhagavan knew what to do and when to do. So they did not know where to go, they just sat there right outside the house of Bhagavan, and they had brought a little milk which they gave to the child. At 3 o'clock again people had gathered. This time Bhagavan himself came out and looked around. Then he went inside and sent word through the gate boy. There was one person with a child, asked them to come inside. So this time Rajatangam was the first one to be called in. And then Bhagavan blessed them nicely, accepted their offering of bananas, blessed them very nicely. And for Rajatangam, after so much of wait, so much of longing, so much of preparation of mind for receptivity, Bhagavan entered into him like a storm. He was so much drawn to Bhagavan, he and his wife. After that, Bhagavan became his Bhagavan. My Bhagavan, my Bhagavan. He became everything for him, everyone for him. Bhagavan became his mother. Bhagavan became his father. But then the mind, it was still longing for a physical relationship with father and mother, a physical connection. So he was also praying to Bhagavan, please give me parents. What a strange prayer. I want parents. Please give me parents, loving parents. So he kept on asking, kept on praying, also chanting Bhagavan's name. He built a house and then he fixed a day for the ceremony to enter. At that day, the auspicious day, for the first time they would light the stove and heat up milk, and with sweet they would distribute it to everybody. And also it's Hindu tradition, there would be homas, Ganapati Homa, which would clear any negative atmosphere there, all other vibrations, so that the house, the atmosphere would become auspicious and conducive to happy and peaceful living. So after he fixed up the day for the ceremony, he wanted to invite his parents. So he went all the way to his father's place and said, I have fixed this day, please come. But the father said, go away, I cannot come, you go. Felt very rejected. And then he wanted to invite some people. So he was praying to Bhagavan, please give me someone who would be my mother and father. So praying, he had a job which invited interaction with other people, many people. And that way he came to know about Sri Raghunathan, who lived in Tirumurti Street. So he went to invite him, and suddenly, that moment when he saw Sri Raghunathan, he felt that he was seeing his father. Something inside stirred, and the heart recognized his father in him. So he invited Sri Raghunathan to visit him on the Griha Pravesam day and bless the house, bless those people. Sri Raghunathan said, okay, I will try. And then Rajatangam told him, no, Appa, I want Amma also. He said, Amma? Yes, I want your wife also to come. I want Amma and Appa together to come and bless us all. Then Raghunathan got up, went inside and talked with his wife. After some consideration, she said, okay, we will go. And then she came and told Rajatangam, we are going to Calcutta that day by plane. So on our way to airport, we will drop in there. He was very happy that both of them consented to come. Now the day of Griha Pravesam, both of them came. It was raining heavily like it's doing now. But despite the rain and all, they came as they promised to his house. And even as Raghunathan was entering the house, he started to distribute 10 rupee notes to everyone present there. And when they came in, they were surprised. There was no Ganapati Homam as they would do, as per the Hindu tradition, on this day, the day of entry into the house. And then they asked, why there is no Ganapati Homam? Then Radhitangam said, there were only photos of Bhagwan everywhere. He said, look, my Bhagwan is here. His Nama will do. My Bhagwan will see to everything. We don't need anything else. They were again surprised that he had so much faith and devotion. And then they wanted to see. So they went to the puja room and saw the big photo of Bhagwan. And then they were surprised again. Again, for the second time, they were in for a surprise. And they said, oh, we know him. He's called Panka Baba. We had been to him. We have been to him for blessings. They were very happy when they came to know it was Yogiram Sarathkumar of Tiruvannamalai, who was his Bhagwan. And then they blessed everybody and they were in a hurry to leave. So when both Raghunathan and his wife asked him to give leave to them, he said, Amma, please you light the lamp. But you see, it was called Ragu Kalam. Ragu is a planet. He is considered as a harmful planet. So the time allotted for Ragu is called Ragu Kalam, the time of Ragu. And people wouldn't start any auspicious work at that time. So this Mami and Mama, they hesitated. Raghunathan and wife hesitated because they were not used to this. They were very traditional, very conventional, conservative people, and they had followed the scriptures strictly. So all this was strange to them, that somebody would mention the name of Bhagwan and say that would do for everything. So she was hesitant, she didn't want to do it. But then Radhitangam prayed to him saying that please don't worry, nothing would happen. Bhagwan would see to it. Just light the lamp, please. So she lighted the lamp because they thought, okay, Yogiram Sarathkumar is there. They had seen him. They had seen his divinity. They had felt very blessed. So she consented, and after that they heated up the milk also. And after boiling the milk, they took some and then distributed to others, and then they left. And they became his permanent father and mother afterwards. There is such a close bond. So this is what Radhitangam said that day, that after that, he always went to them as he would go to his parents. And they always responded like true parents with such love and kindness and readiness to help him, guide him. So you see how Bhagwan's Nama, Bhagwan's praise helped in this instance. We shall now shift to another scene. One day, a couple came here early morning, 5 o'clock. They were here in Pradhan Mandal. So when I entered, I saw them, and then they were busy going round Bhagwan. Of course, they said namaskar to me, and then they started to go round. So when the time for Arati came, I asked Sri Venkatraman, we shall call him by this name because I don't want to reveal their true names. There's no need. So I spoke to Venkatraman. I said, please come and do the arati. It created a very strange reaction in him. He said, with folded hands, no, please don't ask me. I don't deserve to do that. I'm so lowly. I should not do arati to Bhagavan. It won't be fitting. Please just, you do the arati. I said, no, Bhagavan has pointed out, you. So you have to do it. When he says something like this, it means you are qualified to do it. So please don't hesitate. And after a little persuasion, he came and offered arati to Bhagavan. And he was crying so much during arati. After that they spoke to me. They told me their story. They said they were living in states. And every year, for 1 month, they would come to their parents, that is his parents, Venkatraman's parents' place in Chennai, and spend a month. Unfortunately, his parents would not treat them well. They ill-treated not only his wife, but also himself. They ill-treated their own son and his wife, always finding fault with whatever the daughter-in-law did, and would not allow them to go anywhere. They would come to spend 1 month there, and they wanted to visit some places, but the parents would not allow them. And they were always harsh. So one time when they had come, hardly 1 week was gone, and the parents were even more harsh than before. At one point, Sri Venkatraman could not take it anymore. There was a showdown in the evening. In the night, he could not sleep. It struck him that it was enough. He had taken enough punishment from the hands of his parents, and his wife was also suffering for no fault of hers. What kind of life is this? Where is love? Where is the love of parents? There is only fault finding and harshness, making life hellish, a veritable hell for them. So he said, enough is enough. And he decided to leave the house. So the next day morning, he told his wife, let's pack up. So right in the front of his parents, they packed up all the suitcases. They were on the second floor. He had a taxi brought. The taxi had come, was waiting outside, and these people were getting down without even telling their parents, with a suitcase and all. But Venkatraman did not know where he would go. He did not know his destination. He simply got down, came down the steps, got into the car with his wife, and then the driver was asking him, "Sir, where do you want to go?" He did not know what to say because he went blank. He had no idea where he was going. He only knew he had to leave the house somehow. He had to be free from his parents. So he did not know what to do. Just imagine the moment. So upset, so depressed. Having come down for a holiday to be with the parents, and this has been happening every time, and this time it was getting too much for him. They wanted to leave that hell behind. But then he did not know what to say to the driver. Just then, a butterfly flew by his side, by the side of the car. The minute he saw butterfly, he remembered Yogi Ram Sutma because he had already read so much about him. Immediately he spoke Tiruvannamalai. So the driver started. Venkatraman says the whole way through, from Chennai to Tiruvannamalai, there were butterflies, 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 all the time accompanying the taxi. He says not just one or two, so many of them, sometimes in groups. They saw butterflies accompanying them. So they came and took up a room in Seshadri Swami ashram for the night, and the next day early morning they had come. So Venkatraman was feeling very low that he had left his parents because it is considered as a sin for a son to behave like this towards the parents, no matter how they are. So he felt that he had committed sin by coming away without telling them, just leaving them behind. No matter how harsh they were, he should not have done that. This is what he felt. Then I gave them notebooks, gave one notebook to Venkatraman, another to his wife, and I told them about the Nama of Bhagavan, how gracious it is, how we could come to their rescue, help and protect them, and even can restore the damaged, strained estrangement between the parents and the couple here. So they were very happy. They felt so much relieved. And they said, Amma, we will do that. We will chant his name, we will write his name so that everything will become all right. I even encouraged them saying that you write 3/4 of the notebook, you will find changes coming your way. Things will start happening favorably to you. They were very happy and they left. I did not hear anything from them for 1.5 years. And then they came again, and this time they were smiling. And they said things had truly improved for them. It's only after going back those 25 days, the time they had come here, they did not communicate to their parents. They did not see them at all. After visiting some temples, they went back to States. And 2 weeks after that only he started to write the name. He was chanting and writing both, the husband and wife, both of them are doing it. After eight months of writing and chanting, probably they were not so regular. And he just made a call to his father to see how things were. And to his great surprise and delight, his father responded very well. He spoke with care and concern, and things began to improve from then on. And of course, they completed the notebook and brought it here. So in both the cases, the parents, they did not get the love they should have got from the parents, but Bhagavan made it up in different ways in both the cases. So this is another glimpse of how Bhagavan's love, Bhagavan's compassion, Bhagavan's Nama can set right certain situations, certain problems of life. Now this Bhagavan is here in front of us. Today we shall submit this prayer at his feet, which is the need of the hour. Bhagavan had often proclaimed, I am the cosmic controller. I run the whole cosmos. I alone exist. Bhagwan, there is nothing that you do not know. There is nothing that you cannot do. We seek your immediate divine intervention to help us when the cyclone passes through Tamil Nadu, Andhra. You have to control them so that there will be no damage to things and lives. That by your grace it should happen quietly. We pray again and again, soulfully, that you should come to our rescue and see that the night passes quietly, without much damage. Bhagwan, please bless us. Bless us all. Jai Raghurasa.